Good morning YouTube, 14th February 2016, happy Valentine's Day. Today I decided to take a good look at my African violets. I have 3 and they are in this pot, 3 in a pot. Remember, they're all kind of variations of blue violets and they're sitting in this lovely blue pot, and it looks very nice when they're all in bloom. Anyway, they're not looking so good these days, and I've been wondering why. Whether they're getting too much sun. This one gets a lot of sun from the east window, so you can see the leaves have become variegated. But it's budding and it's flowering. And there's the other one. Let's have a look at the other one. It's showing you some nice white flowers, lots of buds and so on. And the other one is a dark purple one, which is not in bloom. It's at the back there. Let's see if I can turn it around. Yeah, it has very much more widely spaced leaves because it's the one toward the back and these are the more towards the sun. So they are really reaching up for the light as much as they can, fanning out really quite beautifully. So it's looking okay, but I had a good look at the soil, and I think the soil needs a little grooming because they are... Oof, the pot is a bit heavy. Yes, because the plant is kind of standing out. Can you see the roots there? And the root ball, here is the root ball. It's kind of almost sitting on the surface of the soil, and the soil has become compacted over time with watering, and the air has gone out of it. So what I want to do today to groom the soil is actually work on it around and cover the root ball with some fresh soil, fresh and airy, lots of oxygen kind of soil. So that's the aim of what I'm going to do. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I'm bringing my camera in right to the root ball area. As you can see, the plant is sitting, the roots are almost bare, sitting on top, quite near to the rim. So it's kind of losing its grip in the soil. It doesn't have much coverage. The same thing applies here. The soil has got compacted in between. So I am going to bring the soil up and aerate it, and get rid of all the dead leaves here, all the dead thing, clean it up. And basically there is an instrument, a sort of a blunt 3-pronged plastic fork with fingers, claws like that, which are supposed to go in and sort of aerate the soil, but I'm going to do it with my fingers. Or I've also used a kitchen instrument, this thing, to go in like that and just bring up the soil. So that's what I do. And all around, gently, you might break some roots, that's okay. So in here, in this direction as well, I've done a little bit of digging. You can hear some crackling of the roots, don't worry. Just keep going, dislodge the soil. What we're doing is airing it. And if you have enough soil to cover up the roots again, that's nice. If you don't, you can have some additional soil, which I took from a potted plant that I had before. I'm just going to use some of that and help to cover the roots. So these roots then become functional roots. They can draw on the water, and see, I'm going to take this away. I was just demonstrating because I really want to clean up all the dead stuff there. Although that should provide fertilizer, but anyway, we'll go with the cleaning activity. As I really love this rich black soil that it was in before. So basically aerating, covering it up, and making the plant firm. That's the general idea. So I'll come back to you with the finished product. I'm actually really enjoying doing this. It's nice to get your hands in the soil there. And it has a lovely earthy, wet earth smell. It is quite nice. Yes. Oops, broke a leaf. Okay, so I'll come back to you when it is done. Okay. Ooh, it's blooming. One flower is blooming already. Alright, so here it is. I dug around. I see how far deep I went inside there. Deep inside, upturned the soil, brought everything up. and added extra soil. So now it is all secure and tamp it down around the root ball like that, so that it feels secure. Another thought occurred to me. It's not just the water compacting the soil because we water it all the time. It's also because of the weight of the plant. See how big this plant has become. So the weight of it is pulling on the root ball, and it's kind of climbing out of the pot. So this one as well here. So now it's all covered. I did have to use some extra soil. As you can see, I pulled some out from here. It's always nice to keep these things, pots of soil, unless you want to go and buy a bag of potting soil if you have lots of African violets. But when I get a craving for flowers, I go and buy a potted mum, $6, $8, enjoy the flowers for 3 weeks, and then keep the soil and use it for other things, and it's kind of nice. So here's a long shot. I want to give you a long shot to show how the leaves are fanning out and how they behave with the light. I'll just put it back in its stand and show. Okay, so this is how it sits near my balcony window, and you can see how beautifully it fans towards the light. Isn't that just beautiful? I love the symmetry of the leaves and how they go round and round in a whirl. This one is doing really well. This one looks like it's got a bit of extra sun that it doesn't need. And this one at the back is struggling for light. So it's really spanning its leaves out. And it's more expanding and spending its energy on leafing rather than flowering, although it does flower also. So that's how the plants have turned out. I've had it now for 2 years in this arrangement, and I just still love it. They were little baby plants when I first got them. Now it's become nice and big. So here it is. The roots are nicely tamped down, and I will be watering from the side, always under the leaf, on the side there, and there's like a drip dish underneath, and that's how it sits. What I have done to prevent the sun damage is keep the blinds kind of partly closed, so it gets like a dappled effect, as it should in nature, because they grow under trees and they get shady dappled light, and that's the best condition for an African violet. Alright, thanks for watching.